The Egyptian desert, a place that seems to be nothing but sand and terrifying silence. But have you ever wondered what secrets are buried beneath our feet, deep within Mother Earth, hidden for thousands of years? The ancient Egyptians not only built magnificent pyramids to reach the sky, they also dug deep into the earth, creating complex labyrinths and sturdy tombs to protect the eternal rest of pharaohs and nobles. They believed these were gateways to the afterlife. Recently, at Saqqara, the city of the dead, archaeologists discovered something extraordinary: an entrance, a shaft, not just deep, but the deepest ever found, perfectly sealed for over 2,500 years. What awaits at the bottom? And why does this discovery leave even the most experienced experts breathless? In today's video, join us on a journey down to the deepest place in Egypt. What is found will change everything you thought you knew. Saqqara, the land of mysteries. Before we begin our journey underground, let's learn about the place where we are standing. This is not an ordinary desert. This is Saqqara, one of the most important and largest ancient cemeteries in Egypt, stretching over 7 kilometers. This is the home of the world's first stone pyramid, the Step Pyramid of Pharaoh Djoser, built by the genius architect Imhotep. For thousands of years, Saqqara has been the burial place of pharaohs, queens, high officials, and even sacred animals. Every inch of land here could hide a tomb. Every grain of sand could be a witness to a forgotten story. But for many centuries, it was believed that Saqqara's greatest secrets had all been discovered. They were wrong, very wrong, because the gate we are about to enter, located at an unprecedented depth, promises a secret more carefully guarded than anything else. The burial well, a dive into darkness. This is it, a well opening that looks simple, just a few square meters. But it is the gateway to another world. Archaeologists had to use specialized equipment to measure its depth: 10 meters, 20 meters, and then 30 meters. A burial well deeper than 30 meters, vertical like an arrow plunging into the earth. Imagine that feeling. You are hanging suspended in a narrow space, the air becoming thinner and hotter. Around you is the darkness of thousands of years, the smell of dust, of time, and of something sacred, ancient. Every meter down is a step further away from the modern world. This is not just a physical excavation. It is a deep dive into the past, into the beliefs and fears of a vanished civilization. The first room, the guarding army. After descending to a depth of 30 meters, the research team set foot in a small room. But what they saw left them stunned. Not gold or jewels. Instead, there were dozens, perhaps hundreds, of wooden coffins, meticulously painted, stacked on top of each other, filling the space. They lay there silently, like an army guarding something more important. Initial analysis showed these were coffins from the late Neolithic period, around 500 years before Christ. But this was only the first layer. Why were so many people buried here? Who were they? And what were they protecting? This room seemed like a waiting chamber, a barrier to challenge those who dared to trespass. The real secret must lie beyond. The sealed door and the warning. After carefully moving several coffins, the archaeological team discovered what they were searching for. Another passage, but this time, it was sealed with a massive stone block. The seal was still intact. This meant that for 2,500 years, no one, not a single grave robber, had ever set foot here. They were the first, and on it was a warning carved in hieroglyphs. When translated, its content sent chills down everyone's spine. It was not a deadly curse like in the movies, peace, but a solemn plea. Let the sleeper rest. Do not disturb the eternal darkness, for the balance of the universe lies here. The balance of the universe? What does a tomb have to do with the balance of the universe? Curiosity was now mixed with a hint of fear. Basalt sarcophagus, the heart of darkness. With utmost caution, the sealed stone block weighing several tons was moved. The room behind appeared. It was not large, but in the center was something that made everyone hold their breath. A gigantic sarcophagus, not made of ordinary limestone or granite, but carved from a single piece of jet-black basalt stone, glossy like the night. Its size and material indicated that the owner of this tomb must have been an extremely important and wealthy figure. Basalt is incredibly hard and difficult to craft. Transporting such a large stone block to this depth was a technical marvel. But the most remarkable thing was not its appearance, but the energy emanating from it. An ancient, powerful, and profoundly solemn feeling. Who lies inside? A forgotten pharaoh? Or a high priest holding ancient secrets? The moment of truth is about to come. Shocking discovery. The scroll of Thoth. The coffin lid was slowly opened. Inside, among the yellowed linen layers, was a nearly perfectly preserved mummy. But everyone's attention was not focused on the mummy. It was on the item solemnly placed on the chest of the deceased. It was not gold or silver, nor precious stones. It was a collection of papyrus scrolls. Dozens of scrolls, preserved in the absolutely dry air conditions of the tomb, almost intact. And the seal on them belonged to Thoth, the god of knowledge, wisdom, writing, and magic. Egyptologists at the site immediately recognized it. This could be an unknown version of the Book of the Dead, or something even more important. A lost treasure of knowledge, a guidebook about the afterlife, about secret rituals and magic, the mysterious identity and forgotten legacy. So, who is the person lying in the basalt sarcophagus? After weeks of analyzing the inscriptions on the sarcophagus and the first papyrus scrolls, a name emerged. It was not a pharaoh. It was a man named Jehuti, which means Thoth is born. He was a high priest of Thoth and the keeper of the sacred scrolls. It seems that Jehuti was not the ruler of the land, but the holder of its soul of knowledge. He lived in a turbulent time when ancient knowledge was at risk of being lost. He dedicated his life to collecting and copying the most important texts, secrets about the universe, medicine, astronomy, and sacred rituals. And when he died, he decided not to bury this treasure of knowledge in a place easily violated. He chose to dig as deep as possible, creating an eternal library, protected by hundreds of followers and a solemn warning: knowledge that changes history. This discovery is shocking not because of gold, but because it contains something far more precious: knowledge. The scrolls of Jehuti are more detailed, older, and more complete than any religious texts ever found. They vividly describe the soul's journey through the afterlife, with star maps previously unknown to have been possessed by the Egyptians. There are even medical texts describing complex surgeries and herbs that modern science has only recently discovered. There are records of historical events we never knew about forgotten pharaohs. This is not just a tomb. It is a time capsule, a lost library of Alexandria found. It forces us to rewrite many chapters in history books about the ancient Egyptians' understanding of the world and the universe. The excavation at Saqqara has shown us that the greatest treasures are not always glittering. Sometimes they lie in the silence of words, in the wisdom of the ancients, carefully preserved for future generations. Jehuti and his library have been sleeping for thousands of years, waiting for us to be patient and respectful enough to listen to their story. The Egyptian desert still holds countless secrets. Each excavation opens a new door, raising more questions than answers. This reminds us that the journey to discover the past is also a journey to discover ourselves. Thank you for accompanying us on this amazing adventure. What do you think is the greatest discovery among those papyrus scrolls? Please share your thoughts in the comments. And if you are also passionate about the mysteries of history, don't hesitate to hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future journeys. Goodbye, and see you again.